Happy Monday, everybody. Andy and Steve from WagerTalk.com here with The Road to Millions on August 7th. It's a beautiful Monday morning when you can wake up and be up a lot of units. So we're very, very excited to do Bankroll Reset Day. And we're going to update what plays went great and what plays did not go great in our last week of betting. So we're going to do the best bet, worst bet. We're going to go over the bets that we have for this week, and if you guys are following all our bets, you know we are going to be higher volume. We're already higher volume just this morning, so it's just kind of the nature of the week and the way it worked out. So make sure that you're paying attention to all the bets and make sure we get all of them because all of our percentages and the units that we cover are based on all of our bets. So after that, we'll do the betting lab. We will talk about some MLB. Dana White Contender Series is tomorrow. Corbin already has some tennis plays up. They're small ones, but they add up. And then we'll talk a little bit of golf. We're in the Golf FedEx Championship. And, of course, we will do the streak of the day. So, Steve, the week update. Listen, I was the weak link on the Road to Millions crew. Dan turns a profit over the weekend. Corbin has some really nice soccer plays, gets us some units. I stunk. No ifs, ands, buts about it. MMA was brutal. I had been waiting a month for the PFL event and lost the one bet that I've been waiting forever for. And then an injury, unfortunately. We'll get to that in the worst bet. An injury really cost us on one of my plays. So I don't take full responsibility for that one, but definitely could have been better if I had a better week. But we got to talk baseball. The star of the week, baseball. What a run to start August, huh?
Yeah, you gotta love it. 8-1 on the week, and just, I mean, listen, I can't ever complain about a week like that. But how close we were to sweeping the week. That Rangers let down with the Burger home run to kill our run line bet with only two out. We only needed two outs to cover that one. It was a brutal. It was a brutal loss there, but if that's the one loss we're gonna take, I'll take it. And then anytime you can go 8-1, anyone's gonna take that, obviously.
Yeah, so baseball really, really doing some damage for us this week. So that was very, very cool. And speaking of which, it is $9 Monday, so take advantage of that if you're not an all access client. If you just want to get the plays, they're $9. We have the MLB plays of the day. There's three plays up there. We've gone from one play a day to now we have three today. It's just the way the schedule worked out great there. So 8-1 run, and we are number one for winning percentage on Wager Talk this season. So very, very excited about that. Anytime you can claim your number one over the course of a season in anything at Wager Talk, that's something to brag about. So very proud about that. And Dana White Contender Series, week one. It is tomorrow. I've got the best bet that is up. Hit 70% last season. Really bummed. That number should be a little bit higher. One of our guys broke his shoulder 1 minute into a fight that we lost. So fully expected he would have won that one. So, but never going to complain about 70%. So those are the two plays that are up. Both are $9. If you would like a full access, if you want 30 days, you can grab that. The promo code Andy365 is still good. Andy365 gets you a year and 50% off that year. That's what we recommend. If you've got the year pass in the last few weeks, you're off to a great start. So those are the plays that are up right now on Wager Talk. Let's just do best bet, worst bet here, Steve. We kind of joke about what went wrong because we want to be as transparent as possible. So I will start with the worst bet.
That was terrible. Horrendous. I'm offended. I'm appalled. So what are we going to do?
So we certainly could have gone with the PFL. I actually chose to go with the injury because it's got a little bit of a ramifications here. So worst bet of the week, we had JT Poston to make the cut. That was a no sweat. He was in the top four when he made the cut. So we cashed that one. And then we have the Toronto Argonauts money line, which we've been riding every single week. The game starts. Chad Kelly, the quarterback for the Argonauts, throws like a 70-yard bomb for a touchdown. I feel like we're off and running. Then he sprains his ankle. The backup comes in, and they score 0 points for the rest of the game. Yikes. So the other team couldn't even do anything, really. The final score ended up being 20-7. Toronto just had a horrible game. They fumbled the ball into the end zone at the end of the first half on a punt. So that was how they got one touchdown. The backup quarterback drives Toronto inside like field goal range and then throws an interception into the end zone. So it was brutal. So why is this tough? Well, I think we've lost our money line piece at least for the short time. There is good news though. So Toronto plays this week, and then they have a bye week. My guess is they sit Chad Kelly this week, and then they have a bye, and then that's like, and they played earlier in the week, so he's going to get almost 2.5 weeks rest to get that ankle healthy. So hopefully he just gets healthy and we come back out of the bye and we get our Toronto Argonauts money line parlay piece back. But for a couple weeks, not going to be able to use the Argonauts. So that's why I have it as the worst bet of the week. It cost us a bet this week, and we're not going to be able to use them next week because of the injury. So that is why I chose that one. But best bet.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Whew, Baltimore, getting it done. You don't see run line sweeps too often.
Yeah, we talked about fading the New York Mets, and Baltimore got it done yesterday with the 2-0 victory. 10-3 and 7-3, I believe, were the other games. So the Orioles pitching staff was MVP of the series, holding the Mets to only 6 runs in 3 games. As I said, talking about fading the Mets, we didn't have the guts to do it with the Royals against them, except for a couple of streak of the day plays that cashed on one of them plus money. But we jumped on them with the Orioles all weekend long, and the Orioles took care of business. Mets seemed to be waving the white flag.
Yikes. Let's continue the baseball. I mean, my gosh, we got to continue the baseball run. So not really expecting another 89% week, but boy, if we could keep that up over 65%, we're off and running. So, all right, let's do our bankroll reset day. And I've already done the math here, but we'll go back and actually, hold on 1 second here, guys. Let me redo this here. Sorry, technology here. Okay, there we go. All right, so we want to pull out our bankroll spreadsheet. If you guys don't have it, you can download it. I'll put this in a pinned comment in this video. But if you have your Road to Millions free bankroll builder spreadsheet, so we go back to last week. Our bankroll was at $1,003. So we established that one unit is $10.03, and we had a really, really nice week, plus 11.67 units. So really, really proud of that. So all we're going to do is multiply 10.03 times 11.67, and we're going to get right around $117. So we round off a couple pennies, and our bankroll goes from 1,003 to 1,120 for this week. So we're going to start this week with one unit now being $11.20. So if we're betting a 2% play, we're betting enough to make this 11.20 times 2. If we're betting a 1% play, it's only 11.20. If we're betting a 3% play, obviously 33.6. So a really, really nice addition there. We're way ahead of our 3% play. We're still a little bit behind our total starting bankroll. We got off to a pretty rough start here, and then we had a rough couple weeks. Had one really bad week there. So, but we're off and running with it, and looking forward to kind of catching up on this $1 million thing. We're a few $100s behind, so we're really looking for another double-digit unit week. So, great bankroll reset day, and it's going to be hitting it hard and heavy. So, the betting lab. Let's talk a little bit Major League Baseball, Dana White Contender Series, tennis, and golf. Steve, we can start with baseball. Damn it, the Dodgers won yesterday. Now what are we going to do?
It's unbelievable, huh? Yesterday they actually bucked the trend, and now they are 5-14 on Sundays with their win yesterday. We talked about I challenged Lance Lynn to keep them in the yard. He managed to do it for the most part. It was Rich Hill that gave up a bunch of home runs. Freeman, Betts got to him. Looking at the Dodgers today, we know they're great on Mondays and Tuesdays. Today they're plus 120 as a favorite, and 8-3 on Mondays, and 7 of those wins are by the run line. So you got to consider the Dodgers on Mondays. But even though they let us down yesterday, luckily we missed out and didn't play them though.
Yeah, that was a I don't know. The Dodgers and Padres series just seems wonky. It just seems like kind of an odd series. I know. Like, if you're following the trend, you just play them all the time, and fading them on Sunday certainly has been profitable. But I looked at Dodgers and Padres. I was like, I don't know. It just seems like weird things can happen in that series.
It's one of those series that both teams really get up for, and it seems like they're splitting more often than not. It does seem like a pretty evenly matched series where they get, it's neither one seems to dominate the other one.
Dana White Contender Series. So I'm going to do my Dana White Contender Series video. That will be up probably late this morning on the East Coast. The bet of the week is in already, so just excited to do that. Hoping to grab a couple units for Contender Series on Tuesday, and I will be live on Dana White for Dana White Contender Series on our YouTube channel, Takedown Live. I know Nathan won't join us this week, but I think Jim probably will. So starts at 7 o'clock Eastern, and it's only a couple hours, and I'm telling you guys, it's a blast. It like. I enjoy doing live Dana White Contender Series shows actually more than the big UFC event. Hands down. It's not even a question. It's just a couple hours. It's 5 fights. It's a blast. So Dana White Contender Series on Tuesday. Looks like Corbin is going to be playing the ATP Toronto for tennis. So when he puts up plays, he lists the tournament in the write-up or in the analysis. So if you're seeing that there's some men's plays today, that's in the ATP Toronto. And then I believe there's a WTA play, which is women's, and it looks like that is going to be in Montreal. So look at the WTA Montreal and the ATP Toronto. We got some big names in there, and Corbin's still number one in tennis, man. Number one this year. Number one last 365 days. Number one since we started posting. I mean, the guy is absolute money in tennis. So that's going to be our tennis slate. And in golf, we got the FedEx St. Jude, and that is the start of the FedEx Cup Championship. So it's not a huge field. It's going to be the top players, and then they'll narrow it down to where in 3 weeks it's just going to be a really, really short field. So probably not going to have a ton of plays available. Like we're not going to have those cupcake make the cut plays like JT Poston and Steven Yeager to make the cut, but we'll certainly find them. I'll be doing the golf show with Nick Borman tomorrow, so we'll get you some golf profits as well. Anything else that we noticed for the betting lab, Steve?
Just from the MLB, just the beginning of the week, I know we have 3 bets today. We're going to be pretty heavy at the beginning of the week. It's not because of our recent hot streak, which it's obviously nice to be riding the hot streak and having plenty of plays, but it's really just we've plotted out our course for the week like we generally do, and we will change that if need be. But later in the week, it looks like it's going to be a little bit lighter on the MLB side of things. Usually on the weekends we pick up, but this week is a little bit different. Early week is where we have a lot of great spots circled. So heavy MLB early in the week, and it'll tail off late in the week.
Yeah, we're doing our best to try and put up the plays as soon as those plays come out. So hopefully we're getting at least 1 or 2 the night before to get the best odds. So as soon as you guys see those plays come out, grab them. If you see a pack that goes up for us on Wager Talk, grab them. If you're in all access, put them in ASAP. So that's going to be MLB here. So, all right, let's get to the streak of the day, guys. Just want to remind you that the plays that we have up right now on $9 Monday, the MLB plays of the day, 3 plays in 1 pack, and we have the Dana White Contender Series Week 1 Best Bet. Those are up only $9 each. So let's get into the streak of the day. And we mentioned him yesterday, Steve, and, he did come through. Alcantara just did not have his good stuff yesterday. So this guy's red hot. Marcus Semien, we got to talk about his HRR. So it makes the streak of the day, but it did not make our official card. Why not?
Yeah, so we're looking at the over here at negative 145. He's went over in 7 straight games. He's 12 of his last 14. You mentioned yesterday he got to Alcantara. He went 2 for 4 with a home run. He's got a great matchup today against Waldachuk from Oakland, who he's 2 for 5 against with a couple of doubles. Also, we'll have some great chances late against the Oakland pen, which is one of the worst pens, obviously, in the major leagues. So leading off for the Rangers today, it's a great spot. I guess one negative, late, kind of down in the order, they'll be missing Jung now with the fractured thumb. That could, that's one guy that could drive him in after he gets on base that he could miss out on potentially. He's a little down in the order, though, so it would be kind of tough for him to drive in Semien generally with him leading off. I guess the other thing would be the juice here. It's kind of approaching negative 150, and we'll monitor it. But he's probably the best player prop we're looking at right now. He's one of the hottest hitters around right now. It could do worse than taking his over today.
I would also say the reason that we haven't put these player props in is why roll the dice? We're 8-1. We're seeing the run lines and the money lines really, really well. So I almost kind of don't want to really disrupt it. We also have 3 plays today, which is a lot. So even though it looks great on paper for us in the Road to Millions, we want to be extra cautious in adding a fourth baseball play in at minus 145 is. I like having odd number plays because you can go for the winning day, like 2-1 winning day. But if we add that fourth one and we go 2 for 2, you're like, ugh, like it got
Yeah.
juiced. I hate it. So high volume players, yeah, absolutely. I could see this making the card, but for the Road to Millions, what we do, low volume works. We're 8-1 in August on the run lines and money lines, and I would rather just keep riding those. So, but yeah, Marcus Simeon, 2 for 4. Boy, they really did get to get to Sandy yesterday. That was maybe it was tired. Two straight games with that many pitches. I don't know if that went into our handicapping, but I don't know. He got lit up though.
Yeah, he was coming off 17 innings in his last 2 starts. That's a ton of work for a starter nowadays. Um, yeah, Simeon though has been great for the Rangers, and we'll, like we said, we'll monitor him going forward. But it's a great point by you that I've thought of that too. Is adding these player props. We've just been so hot with the sides and run lines that it's tough to stray from that.
Yeah, no reason to. We're just coming off an 11.67 unit week, so we're going to be happy with that. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for us on the Road to Millions on Monday, August 7th. Grab the MLB plays, the Dana White Contender Series plays. We will probably be off tomorrow on the Road to Millions, but I will be live on Dana White Contender Series on the Takedown Live YouTube channel. So let's lock in these plays. Let's get our week started off on a good spot. Let's have a great Monday, and we will see everyone next time on the Road to Millions.
Good luck this week.